Morning, Mo.
Good morning. Yeah.
How are you today?
Not too bad. A little bit sick today. Actually.
No, a little bit of the flu. Have you had the shot?
Yeah, well, I don't think it's the flu though.
No. Okay. So there was a couple of questions there. Have you had the shot? Yes or
Yes.
no? Oh, good. Okay, but you don't think it's the flu?
I don't. I think it's just a cold.
Okay.
I just have like a sore throat and then blocked nose. But
Okay, mate. Well,
yeah.
Here we are.
Yeah.
62 beats 47. Episode 35.
35. I'm guessing there'll be like 37 in total.
There'll be 37 in total if we make it. If we make it, yeah, 35. And only just over a week away from the California International Marathon in Sacramento.
Yeah.
But last week was a big test.
Yeah, last week was something different.
I'll kind of set it up. Maybe you just say what you
You
think.
set it up.
Yeah, it was really tough. So it was a 3-hour run, 32k, and because the pathways were icy, I did it on the treadmill.
Right.
Yeah, which was
So, to some people out there, they'll be like,
that is not. Yeah, no, that's and it's not. But anyway, it had to be done.
"Yeah, we needed the
Needs must.
we needed the training."
So, what do you think of the outcome? You saw the numbers.
Yeah, the first thing straight off the top was you got 3 hours done, and that is super key. We needed you on your feet running for that amount of time going into the marathon because we're on this compressed time scale, and it was like, how can we get your body to be used to something close to what you're going to run in a marathon and not be shocked when you hit the marathon at that distance. So first things first, you did the 3 hours, so I'm ticking that box for you.
Thank you.
Then it was not a perfect plan A kind of run, because what I see in the data is I can see these sort of different phases of the run, where you were bang on target for a while, probably for about a half marathon, and then
Do some fall off.
gradually sort of tailing off toward the end there. So that's what I can see in the data.
Okay.
But this morning you told me kind of some background of.
Yeah, well, I struggled a bit with nutrition, hydration, and so on. I was all a bit confused. And in the race itself coming up, we're using a product called Noonan. I've never used that. Correct?
Yes, that's right.
And we were looking at the specs on Noonan just to get our head around it.
Yeah.
And okay, it's going to be fine. There's no problem. But we figured out a bit of a plan, right?
Yes.
On the day. So maybe just walk through for the viewers the night before to the start line, okay, and then from the start line to the finish line, and then after, like right after. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So my caveat is that before I start, is that the plan never happens on the day, but this is the plan.
But I like the plan. I'm a plan kind of guy. Okay.
So night before, it is important to get a really good meal in.
Okay.
You are gonna need that calorie bank during the race the next day.
Okay.
I think you start quite early in the morning, actually. Is it?
Well, I got to get up early and then catch the bus to get out there to start the race. So it's going to be an early morning start. Yeah. But anyway,
So night before, you don't just want a huge bowl of pasta. What you want is a balanced meal that has protein and carbohydrate in it.
Okay.
But
chicken or salmon maybe.
Yeah, perfect.
Rice or pasta.
Yeah,
Love
whichever one you like best.
That's good. That'd be good.
Most people go for pasta, but
I like rice.
Cool.
But pasta's okay.
Yeah. And the key is just like making sure that you've eaten enough, you're full, and you've put enough in the tank.
Okay.
Hydrate that night before you go to bed. Not like obsessively, but just make sure you've drunk enough.
Okay.
Get a good night's sleep in the morning. You're waking up. That's again your cue to start the hydration process again, making sure you've had enough. Not going completely crazy. You don't want to be taking bathroom breaks during the race.
Bit of brekkie.
Bit of breakfast.
Oatmeal, maybe banana.
Yeah, I would eat something as in the morning. It varies from person to person. This whole process varies from person to person. So I would eat something in the morning if I was you.
Yeah, I'm okay. I can do that. Yeah.
And then you just regulate and modulate depending on like how hungry or not you are from the previous night's food.
Okay.
In theory, you won't be very hungry in the morning.
No.
You're going to be like, I'll just have a small breakfast.
Okay, sounds good.
And then, like in the last hour before the race, for this kind of race, like you just want to be like small sips of drink, really. Like not really taking on a lot of, the fluid is really taken on already. So it's just kind of small amounts. And then, well, we've basically sort of talked around this plan for the race, which
Yeah, so we get to the start line.
Yes.
Boom, the gun goes off.
Yeah, and on the start line, you should feel like you're not like completely filled up to the top, like you're about to vomit.
Okay.
You should feel kind of like you're comfortably full.
Okay.
In fluids and food.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the plan. Well, the key, obviously, as you know, the key in any marathon race is not to have too rigid a plan, but to know what your options are at any time. So we know there's going to be aid stations.
17 aid stations along the way. Yeah.
So you know, basically every mile and a bit, you're going to have a drink station.
Okay.
So that can put your mind at rest a little bit. And then we talked about this idea that you're going to follow 1 hour. We start this process
start looking at
of decision making. So 1 hour in, you say, where am I at? And have I can I feel depletion from the start? Do I need hydration at this point? And most likely I would think that first hour you'll take one on.
Yeah.
And then every half an hour after you're doing this decision making process, you're saying, okay, where's the body right now?
Right.
Am I starting to slide? Or am I just as I was half an hour ago? And that's how you decide whether to grab drinks or not grab drinks.
I like it. And basically
then,
straight Noonan, we're not going to mess, because it's got obviously water in it, so just drink it with Noonan where you go.
Yeah. And one of the things, I don't know, people might care about this or not, but when you have these powder drinks and they're turned into the drinks on the side of the course, they're mixed up in massive vats.
Yeah, this is it.
So literally, the poor folks out there are just pouring packets in, putting water in,
not really knowing what the concentration. That's
so you just pick up a cup, and you don't know is this highly concentrated, not really concentrated.
Yeah,
you just don't know.
Yeah.
So for that reason, don't stress about it.
Okay.
Just kind of do it by feel. When you get to that last sort of 5 or so K towards the end, it's a burn up to the end then, because you're emptying the tank at that point.
But we have a secret plan, right? The gel.
Well, yeah.
The one gel.
You're going to carry one gel.
One gel.
And
that's great.
And if you need it at the end, take it short at the very end, because you just want to empty the tank that last 5K, cross the line, everything's done. Done
and dusted. Okay, so there we are. I mean, it's simple. It's laid out. I'll test it on this coming Sunday. Yeah, we're sort of winding down a bit, right?
Sure.
For this next week and a half, but I'll do a little test. I'll pick some stuff up and do a mix and see what we do. So
it's always a good thing. Just in case you have any reaction to anything that's in that drink, it's always good if you know what's going to be on the course. Test it out. You don't have to test it out for 3 hours, but just test it out for
make sure
a workout and just.
That's what I do on Sunday. So we got an email from the race organisers. They're still keeping an eye, obviously, on the weather in California, the smoke. So we'll kind of keep an eye on that.
Yeah.
But this coming week, just kind of a couple of easy-ish runs, keep fresh.
Yeah, it's important not to go stale, as we talked about before. So when you've done so much work, and when you've done that 3 hour run, what happens is it changes the thresholds on which your body works. So
I wonder, does it embed the change?
A little bit, yes.
That's kind of how I think about it.
It will for a certain given amount of time. It will. Yeah. But what happens is it kind of jacks everything up. So your nervous system basically gets dialed up a little bit higher.
Okay.
And this is the problem that athletes generally have, is that when you go then into a rest period or a taper period, or whatever you want to call it, recovery period, is that you've dialed up the nervous system, and then it's what do I do now? Yeah,
you backed off the...
Right. So your circadian rhythm has changed, during the day. Your general energy level and recovery has changed during the day. So that's the thing, in this, from now to the race.
Yeah.
Is just giving you enough runs, enough workouts.
To keep it up there.
Yeah. Okay. Otherwise the body's just I don't understand what's going on.
Right.
I just went up here, and now you're asking to go down here. And
good.
You don't want to be down here when you get the race stop.
Okay, look, I'm going to tell you right now, my commitment to you, I am going to do those runs.
Thanks.
Okay. So anyway, so I think we're good.
Cool.
I'm feeling good.
Yeah,
I'm still doing a bit of work on stretching. The hamstring's still a little bit sore, but I'm finding 15-minute warm-up. I'm feeling good. So I just want to get to that start line as healthy as possible, and then whatever happens. So
yeah. Cool.
Good. All right, mate.
All right. So we've got one more
next week, and then the race.
Yeah.
And then we go from there.
Perfect.
Okay. Cheers.
Yeah, sweet.